Probably thought I was going to chug it, but no. What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you for joining me wherever you are. I see a lot of you guys in the chat already, so thank you for joining. Today, well, first I should say welcome to Comic Talk Tuesday. I guess that's what I've called it. I guess I never really advertised it as such, but it's Comic Tuesday. This is the first time I've gone live since passing 1,000 subscribers. I just want to say thank you to everybody. My two guests, you guys have already known them. You know my co-host, and you know the guest that's joining us. He's a really solid dude. Please make sure, I do a bad job of filling in their information in the bottom, so I didn't really link their channels up. So make sure you guys sub each and every one of my guests, and in the chat, obviously, sub each other up. It's a great community. I do want to say right now that tomorrow we will be going live, me, Key Issues, and we have a special guest, a first-time guest on the show. So make sure you guys look out for that. So today's subject is modern keys to look out for, whether they be affordable or just modern keys that you should be on the hunt for. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my first guest, who is my Robin to Batman, my Captain Marvel to Iron Man, Mr. Key Issues.
The beans to your burrito. What's happening, guys? It's your boy Keys, aka Mr. Key Issues. Thank you for having me. Check out my YouTube page, Keys to Everything.
Yeah,
you drop some content on a regular.
You just dropped a video just now, did you not? Or not too long ago?
Yes, I dropped one yesterday. I have one from about a week ago, a virus speculation video as well.
Yeah.
And I got more on the way, so please tune in and stay tuned.
Dope.
Hashtag Dupe Army.
Oh, God. Please no. Please no. Please no. All right. And my second guest is solid dude. Make sure you go check his stuff out. He usually does some auctions on his channel. Crazy books. He always has crazy books. But this is Pickle Joe. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thanks for coming on, man. So, yeah, Joe, I always forget, but do you have a certain day that you drop your content or no?
It's usually every 2 days. I try to do it every 2-3 days. So check out my channel, and I guarantee you probably have something you would like to watch on my channel. So
yeah, no, right definitely. I got your bell. I got your bell going. So yeah, guys, like I said, sometimes people come in late. Obviously, usually we don't start till 7:30. Today I kind of wanted to start it a little bit early, just because I have some personal things I need to take care of. The Rangers are playing; they're down 2-0, so I gotta, kind of take care of that. Plus, the Yankees are 8-1. They're probably going to cancel the season. Of course, they are, because they're going to win. But nevertheless, we're going to talk some comics. So yeah, we're going to be talking about modern keys / affordable modern books to be on the lookout for. We don't necessarily have to have a list for it, number 10, here we go. Let's just talk about a book. We each got, I think we each have like 10 or 12 books. So yeah, let's kick it off. I'll kick it off first, being the host. Marvel Comics presents number 6.
You're gonna have to remind me on that one.
Yeah, buddy. I was like, ooh.
It's the first appearance of Ren. It is Wolverine's daughter.
Yeah.
I lost an auction for this book over the weekend, but nevertheless, I did find another seller. We're talking privately right now, so hopefully I pull the trigger on that. But yeah, just, a lot of people know Laura Kinney and the X-23, but he does have another daughter, Ren. That book is very low print as well. So if you do find it, especially in the wild, definitely a book I would recommend grabbing. It is a weird cover because it's like, I think Deadpool's on it, Wolverine's on it, and they're on like a car or something, or like a truck. But definitely a book I would recommend grabbing because A, it's low print and not a lot of people know it. I remember when I first passed it, like I think a month and a half ago, I was like, like sometimes you see a book like on eBay or something, but they kind of just put anything in the description just to get your attention. And especially if you're new, right? Like I could be like, oh, this is the first appearance of Gambit. Meanwhile, it's like, or perfect example, our buddy, we have a buddy, he was told this book was the first appearance of Octopus in Spider-Man, Dr. Oz. And my buddy messages me and he's like, man, the guy's telling me this is first Doc Ock. I'm like, dude, Doc Ock is like a $3,000 book. So
Yeah.
this guy's selling it to you for $100. So you kind of run into those issues. But I remember passing that book being like, no, Laura is his daughter, not Ren. But doing some more research, Ren is the daughter. Definitely go grab the book. Low print run. A lot of them are in high grade. You could, I guess, get number 5, which has Venom on the cover, but it's not really. I would probably suggest getting number 6 over 5.
Damn.
Yeah. Have you guys ever come across that book?
I don't have it, no.
No,
But now I know.
Like in the wild or at a shop?
No.
Even if I did,
I'll
I
look
wouldn't
for it
even
next
go to
time.
look for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a weird cover, and there's I think like 3 prints of it, but like Deadpool, Wolverine are on it.
Okay.
It's a weird cover.
I mean, yeah. You know what grinds my gears though? When you're looking at an auction and they're like, oh, okay, first appearance of, I don't know, Squirrel Girl. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at the book and the CGC is like appearance of. And I hate when they try and upsell that, man. It happens all the time to me. It's the worst. It's
Well,
the
sometimes
worst.
CGC doesn't necessarily what's the word? Like they don't recognize some of the characters, right? Like for example, like they don't recognize it on Ghost Rider Volume 2, number 28 or 31. They
Good
don't
books.
they don't recognize Swamp Thing 49 or 50, right? So there are some books that do have it. I think Joe has sent some books to CGC. I could be wrong. It could be somebody else I'm thinking of, but a lot of people will tell you if you're sending books to CGC, just get like a little a little note, sticky tack or something, put it on the book and say, hey, I believe that this is the first appearance. Can you look into it? And sometimes they will. So definitely something that I would be something to recommend. I know I send some notes when I send it to CGC myself too, because I want to know, right? So yeah, so that's my first book, guys.
All right. I'll hop on the second book here.
All right.
Just because you mentioned my boy, some people call it Volume 3, some people call it second series. Either way, it's like the second Ghost Rider. We're going to go with Ghost Rider issue number 1. First appearance of Danny Ketch, first Death Watch. Let's be real. We had Robbie Reyes in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Johnny Blaze got murked by Nicolas Cage. I don't know if they're ever going to touch him again. So Danny Ketch is not out of the question here for the MCU. And it's cheap enough where you could be like, I'm going to pick it up and I'm not going to worry about how much I spent. You know what I'm saying? You could sit on it for a while and it's just going to go up. So that's definitely one of my picks, man. Like I found one for like $20, $15.
Yeah, and I think we came across a few at that one shop, right? At Multiple Comics. I think he had like 3 or 4. And then I remember we went to that private collection and the guy had, I think, like 3 or 4 himself.
Yeah.
Right?
They were decent condition, man. They were,
It's a book that a lot of people skip out on, and I believe that there's 2 copies of that, right? There's the Ghost Rider logo, and then there's a newsstand edition, correct?
I'm pretty sure there is.
I think there is, Keys, because I think the only reason, because I remember saying you grabbed the newsstand edition, but the only reason you didn't was because it was rough. There was like a corner that was pretty rough.
Oh, it was murked.
Yeah. No, I feel like anything Ghost Rider is hot right now.
He's rumored. I don't know if it was rumored or confirmed to be in Doctor Strange 2, the movie. That's why everything Ghost Rider's hot right now.
Yeah. And a lot of people are missing it. You know what I mean? Like they see it in bins and they still pass by it. Like you never know. Like if you're spending money on, say, a book that you're guessing on that's no value at $10, what's the shame in just picking this book up for $5? You know what I mean? And if it hits, it hits. If not, at least you know it holds value because it is a first appearance, right? So
that's like in the same series. Issue 15 is like the very first glow in the dark cover. Yes, it's a joke. Yeah. Firstly, best couple bucks I ever spent on my life, man. I'm still flicking on and off the lights to see this thing glow. But man, if you go to my comic shop, you'll see some like graded CGCs 9.6s, 9.8s for like $100 now. Yeah, and I'm not saying they're going to sell it at that price.
No,
but for like $5, man, just have fun with the damn thing. Sit on it for a bit. if it blows up, it blows up. You know what I'm saying?
Now here's some, and I was hoping that Dollar Bin would come in because Dollar Bin knows his stuff.
Ooh,
He was actually the one that got me on that book, so I appreciate that, brother. But yeah, the man that does his numbers. I mean, the print run is under 30K, he believes. 6 is the first full appearance, but there is a second print, a 1 in 25. It's really hard to get. So yeah, if you guys come across these, definitely grab it. It's heavily sought after. You guys hear me say that all the time. I'm just gonna go to the chat before we get to Pickle Joe here.
Pickle Joe.
What's going on, Lost Kid? Thank you for joining. Of course, Keon. He always tries to get silver or bronze medal here. FaceTime. What's going on? Thank you for joining me, man. Pickle Joe is in the chat, so talk to him if you have any questions. Mamba. Vito. Who else is in here? Shoot, it's a lot of people. Dun, 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 dun. The Ambassador.
I see Panda Awesome here.
Yeah.
Adrian's in the house.
Dollar Bin, Panda, one of the nicest guys in the community. Carlito, one of the more entertaining guys in the community. You like jazz?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so that's and Funk Comics. Yeah. So guys, we're talking. So I know a few of you guys jumped in a little bit late, but we're talking about modern, affordable comic books to be on the lookout for, or just keys in general. I don't think you're going to hear us say like Ultimate Fallout 4. I think that's just a given. If you come across it, maybe buy it if it's reasonable. But these are more for like, you know, I know in my list it's under like 200, things like that. Just books that I would want to recommend people to pick up in the modern side of things. You guys know I'm more of a Silver Age guy, but I do dab into the modern. And, you know, let's face it, right? I mean, if you can, you know, tell people about certain books, why not, right? I mean, like Joe, for example, you know, like I said that Marvel Presents and like he didn't know, right? So like it's always nice to educate people in the community to look out for certain books. So definitely, I hope this list does something for somebody. Zen World, thank you for joining me, brother. All right, so Joe, your book.
All right, so this book is pretty affordable. I personally don't even have this right now, but I have been looking to pick this up for a while. I forgot what volume this is, but it is Captain America #6. It's the first appearance of the Winter Soldier. And the reason I say this is because obviously he has been in the MCU, but he's getting his own TV show. Well, with the Falcon, obviously. So Who knows if that's going to be good or bad or where they're going to go with the Winter Soldier. But I would say to pick this up while you can, while it's affordable, because you never know.
Stay tuned. We do have some DC that we're going to talk about, so definitely stay tuned. Joe, actually, I just purchased that book.
Yeah, I don't have it yet, but I've been looking to pick it up for a while.
Yeah, I love it. One, because it's a white cover. You guys know how I feel about white and black covers. I just find that a white and black cover in those high grades, like 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, they're more of a trophy because those books are so hard to keep in that shape. A lot of things show on that book. So if you do have a white or black cover, it's always good to pick that book up. But yeah, man, absolutely. He's got a show coming. There is, I believe there's 2 prints, right? Because there's
I think so, yeah.
The one doesn't have him on the cover, and it's got the titles in like a baby blue. Yeah. And then the second print, I believe, has him, and it's got like this huge Nazi symbol. So that's kind of why I was just.
Yeah, and I think the title is red.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the first print. I just don't know how I feel about having a book with like the Nazi.
Yeah, and the first print high grade is only like around $60. It is not. It's very affordable. So
yeah, exactly. And like, and for me, he's one of my like top 5 characters. So for me, it's just one of those books I'm gonna put in my PC and kind of have, you know what I mean? So
yeah, you never know. Like 20, 30 years down the line, that could be a pretty big book. You never know.
Yeah, Captain America 6 is underpriced, but the variant cover B is the Winter Soldier on cover, but both covers are fine. Yeah. My only thing with the second one, yeah, like I said, is like I don't know if like I'll have buddies come down or something, or family, and be like, oh, why is this one have a Nazi?
Yeah, you get it slabbed, and that's a little weird. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Carlito, no problem. Yeah, I added a few moderators, just a few guys that are always in here, who, you know, always support. So definitely. What's going on, Nova Scotia Pop Hunters? So yeah, so that's not a bad book at all, man. I agree with you, man. I bought mine really cheap too, so definitely be on the lookout for. And I think the issue with this book, well, not like there is an issue, but I really think that a lot of people don't know about this book, one. And there's not that many. Like on eBay, there isn't that many.
Yeah, I've been looking everywhere to pick it up. I kind of wanted to get in real life just to see like the condition. I want to find it in real life, but if I can, I'll probably end up just buying it on eBay.
Wow, I got a wrench. I guess this is the way Key Issues and Newbie is calling me. It's no, man. You're good. Okay, my next book. I think that this is this is kind of a tie. So I'll probably just kind of maybe say it like a little bit later, unless one of you guys touch on it. But and man, I'm gonna probably butcher this, but how do you pronounce this? Ambassadorial wing.
Ambassadorial wing.
Ambassadorial wing. Okay, there. Once I hear it once, it's good. You might appreciate this one. These two books are books that I don't like to say what I buy because I like to drop some videos and things like that. But just know that if I'm usually talking about a book, I usually am looking for it or buying it. I'm one of those people, like, I won't talk about books that I'm not really. I wouldn't sell to people. You know what I mean? Like it's not a nice thing. So the book that I have is Batman 655, which is the cameo appearance of Damian Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
I know with the Batman Beyond stuff, that's probably going to happen first because of the popularity. But if you're looking for a cheap book, and I know you can find this book for about $30 because I've passed it. I've passed it in the wild. I've passed it in collections. I've passed it in flea markets. It's not to say that there's it's everywhere, but you do see it here and there. It is affordable. But eventually at some point, like, these characters are going to need, we're not always just going to see the same story. You know, you're going to have to see the children or the other people take the mantles and things like that. I think if you hit on this book now, eventually down the road, you might be rewarded for it.
I agree. I think that's a long-term spec book. Eventually they'll probably get to Damian Wayne, and I hope they do.
I hope they don't. I don't like him, man. He's too whiny. I don't like the character. That's just me, though.
Too whiny, dude. You like?
Yeah, man.
You like Deadpool and Spawn.
Bro, do they whine? Nah, man. They come back stronger than ever, bro.
Oh my god. All right, Keys. Next book.
All right, so wow. If this is gonna be kind of out there, but if you're following the whole Venom Kate's run, I would have to go with this shiny, Amazing Spider-Man 375. It's a corny cover, mad holographic and things, but it's the first appearance of Anne, who is Dylan Brock's mother. So if you can pick it up for cheap, something may happen, something may pick up on that, especially her playing a big role in this series. Even if it's not in the series, maybe Venom 2 will touch more on her character. Who knows? I'm not putting mad money on that one though. But you never know. It's something cheap. It looks very out the 90s. So if that's your thing, for sure pick it up. Amazing Spider-Man 375.
Yeah. And as Ambassadorial Wing, stay tuned because there is more DC. I know on my list. I'm not sure about the other two guys, but definitely around. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's not a crazy cover. I think I asked you about that cover this weekend. I want to start picking that book up just because of this whole virus stuff. I mean, I wouldn't mind pairing everything up, you know, with your Venom 25, 26, 27, Lethal Protector, 2 in this one. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea to just to have them. I know Keys dropped that Lethal Protector stuff, and it was crazy because I'm not saying it was him. I'm not, you know, like, I mean, if it was, great. I mean, he did, you know, he's heard back. I've heard back people buying the book, but I mean, that book, like, maybe 2 months ago was like $20, and now it's like $80. So I mean,
yeah,
word travels fast, especially in social media and things like that. So definitely, many in the wild and online look for high grade. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just struck out. You know, that big warehouse that we went to, I couldn't find it anywhere. Joe and chat, if you guys checked out those videos that me and Key Issue put out of that huge warehouse, I'm telling you right now, I asked the man when I got there, I said, do you have any Carnage or any Venom? And the guy goes, no.
Oh, that's because Carnage and Venom are like the hottest characters right now.
Man,
But we're
like,
talking not a single issue.
Not a single book, not one book.
Nothing.
It got picked clean.
Yeah.
Done.
Wow.
Or he just didn't have it. He didn't even have like Venomized. You know how like pops, like Venomized anything pops? Like you could see them all over. This guy didn't even have that. He didn't have action figures, nothing of those characters.
I know one of the Carnage pops goes for like $80 to $100 right now. It's heating up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, definitely go get it, especially because a lot of people are coming to get it this time. So yeah. All right, Joe, next book, brother.
All right, so my next book is actually one I've been looking for a little while. This is another one that I don't have yet. It's actually The Boys #1.
Boys
So it's not Marvel or DC, which is actually pretty nice because looking at like watching superheroes that's not Marvel or DC is pretty cool in my opinion because you don't see that too often. And the book is really heating up because season 1 was a hit and season 2 is coming out very, very soon, and I can't wait for it. So I really need to pick that up before season 2 comes out.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. I haven't really got into it that much.
You need to.
I do see a lot of people buying that book and doing things with it. I do know, that the show is going on like season 2, things like that, because I have seen some trailers or whatever it is for it. Yeah, definitely. Carlito, where did it go? Yeah, dude, definitely go take a look at it. It's got this like gold background, I guess you could say. Really cool. Definitely grab it. It's got Venom and Spider-Man kind of fighting with,
Isn't the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099 365 instead of 75?
Yes, it's 365.
That's the wrong one you're thinking of, I think.
What's up, Comic Knight? Check out Comic Knight. If you guys have him on Instagram, he does auctions all the time. The guy is a king for big books, but he also has a lot of books, so check him out. Definitely good solid guy, Canadian guy, but he does ship and do a lot of things with the US and the American guys, so definitely check him out. All right, the next book on my list is Marvel Superhero #8. Keon, I think you know what this book is.
Nah.
It is the origin and first appearance of Squirrel Girl.
I think that would actually be on your list.
Bro, you got to try and go pick this book up. You have to. It's cheap as hell. And anytime I see anybody selling this at an auction, it literally goes really high, especially if it's graded. You can find it very cheap because, again, a lot of people don't know what the hell the book is. And a lot of people mistake it for one of those like Secret War titles just because of like all the characters that are on it and things like that. But definitely a book I would be on the lookout for, man. If you can find it cheap enough and in a good grade, definitely pick it up.
So for those in the chat,
you could pick up and probably, if you're looking to flip it on that side of things, you could hit.
For those in the chat, right before, we're talking literally a minute before this thing streamed, Doobie said, "You're never going to guess the stuff on my list." And boy, did he come through with that promise. What the hell was that? You know what? Respects. I didn't see DC on your list. I definitely didn't see Squirrel Girl. That's crazy. But point it out when we're in the wild. Point that cover out because I don't even know what it looks like.
I will.
I'm not promising I'm going to get it. I already have Dupe. Okay, Dupe is already insane enough. Okay, I don't need 2 weird characters in my collection here.
Oh God. All right, Keys, what's your next book, brother?
So It's Pickle Joe kind of touched on it. Amazing Spider-Man. So I'm just going to say it quick. Amazing Spider-Man 365. You've probably passed it up. It's kind of ugly with the holographic cover. It's the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
Now,
it's a thick ass book too.
It's very thick and it's hard to find in like decent condition. So the reason I picked this, A, you should pair it up with the first in the series, Spider-Man 2099 series. And B, Into the Spider-Verse ended with a scene, may have even been a joke scene or a setup for Into the Spider-Man 2. Carlito, you are part of the Dupe army, whether you like it or not now, okay? I'm dropping some fire soon.
Yeah, Carlito's probably going to unsub you, man. Remember
everybody getting unsub. Into the Spider-Verse 2, I can definitely foresee Spider-Man 2099 appearing, having more of a role. And if you're into that movie scene, this is definitely one you should pick up now before the hype train leaves the station and more is on this movie.
Here's the issue. I think, okay, so if you watch like Lords of the Long Box, Mikey Sutton and things like that, like TiVo, they were the ones that announced it. I think it was like a month and a half ago, something around there. But I don't know if they confirmed if it was going to be a show or a movie. I personally think it's going to be more of a show. But nevertheless, it's still a Spider-Man key. It's still something that you pick up. And like Keys is saying, I think Keys picked up one this weekend for I think like $5 or $10. Can't remember. But you see these books a lot.
Yeah.
You have to just make sure because it's a weird book. One, it's thick. Yeah, everybody knows that. It's black cover, but it also has that webbing on the back. So like sometimes you can't tell if it's like a crease or if it's something wrong with it or it's just a book. It's one of those books that's really hard. So definitely make sure, you check it out.
Make sure it's a first print as well. Just saying.
Yeah. Yes, that's another thing, guys. If you don't know about the different prints in this book, the hologram should be blue. So when you kind of like move it like this, the hologram should be blue. There's one that's colored, and I think that's it. There's just those two. So just be careful, especially when you're buying on eBay. I know that there's some sellers that don't even show you the actual hologram. They just show you the picture right up front, and until you actually get it in your hand and see the hologram, you won't be able to tell.
No.
So what's a dupe? Eskimo. Hey, we're not allowed to say that. We're not allowed to say the word Eskimo up here anymore.
Dropping dupes all day.
It's like Washington Redskins. We're not allowed to say Eskimo anymore. So, all right. So Joe, that was your book, right?
No, that was his book. That was
okay.
Keon's. Yeah.
All right, Joe. Next book, brother.
All right. So this one is kind of getting out of the realm of affordable, but it's still affordable, and I would get it right now before it gets too big.
Before you say what, like, because everyone has a different definition of affordable. What would you say?
Well, I mean, it's affordable for about 90%. Like it's still affordable. I'm not saying like it's expensive, but it's starting to it's picking up every single day. So I would get it right now. But it's Young Avengers #1, and it's the first appearance of Kate Bishop. But the reason it's getting so up there is because apparently there is a casting this weekend that had Haley Steinfeld casted for Kate Bishop for the TV show, but I don't know if it's 100% true. It's just a rumor.
Yeah, that's what everybody's talking about. Yeah,
but it's going up there. Like in 9/8, it's like a $400 book. Probably it's actually like $450, $500 now.
So
like
I found one, the first print, and you got it. This is another book you definitely have to be careful for because I believe there's like 3 or 4 prints. You definitely want to get that first print. I found one for $40 and sold it, and then I found another one for $70, and I ended up getting like I think $100 or $110 somewhere around there. And then luckily, I think if you guys checked out my video, I found one in like a dollar bin at this collection that we went to, and I think I paid like $10 or something like that. So that one I'm sending off to CGC after finding 2 and selling 2. And this news is coming out. I am like 100% grading this one, making sure it stays in my collection.
Yeah, I have a high grade one. I think it's a first print. I'm pretty sure. I have to check after this. But it's a really high grade, and I don't think it's going to leave my collection anytime soon.
And Comic Night. I was just going to say this. So Comic Night is saying I like Iron Lad more than any first app in the book. Richard's tie-in, Kang tie-in, that's legit. Yeah, so there's also I think it's also the team, right?
It's the first appearance of all of them. It's Iron Lad, Hulkling, I forgot the other one, and Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
Shout out to Comic Night. Just scooped a few books off him last night. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, Comic Night is one of the solid guys in the community, and I would say one of the good guys in Canadian comics overall. So I said it once, I'll say it again. Definitely go check his channel out. He's always auctioning books. The guy knows his stuff. Friendly guy too. So if you have any questions, definitely talk with him. But again, make sure you follow him, sub him. I think he does a few things on YouTube, but I think it's mostly Instagram. But definitely check him out. All right, my next book, I'm gonna keep it DC. I'll have that suspense. So earlier I said Batman 655. Now I'm saying Batman 666. This is the first appearance of Damian Wayne. as Batman. Now, if you're going to pick up 655, you definitely want to pick up 666. I would probably get this book over 656, which is the first full appearance. Just, I don't know. I just feel like if you get that cameo, 655 is the one you really want. And then getting that, 666 is another one. Pair those up. This, again, guys, is another book I've seen them together. I've seen them in the wild separate. You're looking at about $30 to $50, again, Canadian. So you guys do the conversion on your own there for my American friends. But definitely a Batman book, an affordable modern that you can get. And if you hold on to them, especially in high grade for a long period of time, I think Damian Wayne will make an appearance.
Yeah.
What's up? This guy's another channel. You guys definitely got to check out this channel. These guys talk. Him and TK, they do a lot of Batman and stuff, but it's just a great time. I can't remember what day they go on because I do have the notification bell. But nevertheless, guys, go check this channel out. Solid dude. And again, TK usually joins them. So definitely go check them out. But yeah, I think for Batmans, those are definitely two books I would recommend. And I know I said, 656, the first full appearance. Grab that one too. That one's cheaper. You can find that one pretty much all day, I guess. I've come across it. I've picked up one or two. So, did Newbie and Keys really not see Batman 497 newsstand at that shop? No, man. There was too much.
It was There was way too much.
Yeah, we got to go back.
So we're going back?
Yeah, of course we are. Of course we are.
That's what I wanted here.
Next book, brother.
All right. Now this is going to be on the super, super affordable. You might as well scoop it because it's, for some of you collectors, it's hella cheap. Oh, shoot. Damien Zester.
I don't care what anyone says. Oh, okay. All right.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
You got to go with the second volume of Amazing Spider-Man, and we got to go with 663, the first appearance of Yuri Watanabe, who becomes Wraith. She's going to blow up as a character. I speculate. She'll blow up as a character. She makes an appearance in the PS4 video game, which very successful. And most likely she'll be back for the second video game coming out in December, PS5. Any one of you guys want to get me that'd be cool. But yeah, I feel like that's a character you don't want to miss out on. There's she's like a weird kind of like anti-hero type, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Red Hood, but in the Spider-Man universe. Takes justice into her own hands. Yeah, that's one you just don't want to pass up. Just grab it. It's cheap. Sit on it for a while.
The cover's a little weird on that one too, right? I think it's Spider-Man, that character, and somebody else, right? I think it's Anti-Venom behind her.
Someone. I can't. There's a whole bunch of like frilly things in the back.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
And I think the cover is like purple and green, something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's a book. You know what? I haven't really seen that one in the wild too much.
I got one place to pick it up, but I got to talk the guy down. He's local.
Oh, okay. Shoot. Well, that's
not bad.
Oh. What's up, TK? Speak of the devil. See, I mentioned his channel. I mentioned Dudes Talking Comics. Yeah, definitely. That's the other guy, TK. Go check him out. Whoa, that's Carlito. Definitely check him out too. But TK and Dudes Talking Comics, they got a great set. So definitely check them out. Especially if you're into like Batman and stuff. They talk DC. They talk Marvel. But yeah, it's a pretty good channel. Yeah, man. You know what? That's a good book. That's a good book. I remember Keep It Thorough had mentioned something about that. And usually when he mentions something, it's really hard to find that book. Again, have not seen that book in the wild yet. It's tough, man. It's tough. All right, Joe, next book, brother.
All right. I just recently found this at my LCS, very high grade. I paid about $45 for it. It's Incredible Hulk number 449. It's the first appearance of the Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Oh.
And they have some really awesome characters in there. And I mean, that's pretty modern book.
Yeah. I remember when that book was $20, $25, like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Now,
and
probably like what, $100?
For 9.8, it's like $180. I think it's
that's
actually more
American. So that's like,
Oh yeah, so that's American. So yeah,
so
Joe.
what, like 250? Like shit.
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
He's American, so when he does his pricing, it's totally different than us.
Yeah, but a few months ago, it actually shot up in price because there was a rumor that they're getting their own TV show on Disney Plus, which actually a lot of freaking teams have gotten a rumor. So a lot of books shot up when Disney Plus was announced. So I mean, it's not confirmed. Again, it's not confirmed. It's just a rumor. But I would love to have a Thunderbolts TV show or a movie, which would be freaking awesome.
I mean, they got to do something with Hulk because, like, the character is kind of slowly dying. I mean,
Right.
just kind of doing. I mean,
they're doing the Professor Hulk, and I'm not a big fan of it. I know some people are, but I'm not. I like the red, big, green, mean, Incredible Hulk, where he just goes around smashing things instead of him being an actual human.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and I think moving forward, that's what's going to happen. They're just going to have Professor Hulk, right? I think they kind of just lean towards that in Endgame and things like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying kill the character off because they do have a lot of things that they could do with him.
which kind of sucks because, in my opinion, what I want to see is the Hulk versus the Thing, and I don't think that's going to happen if you have the Professor Hulk.
Man, I don't think so at all, man. That would be amazing. And it's one of those.
They are introducing the Fantastic Four in the next like 5 years, so
I could see them like turn. You know what I mean? Like he's Professor Hulk for this whole time, and then out of nowhere he just gets pissed off at something. You know what I mean? Like mind control or something, and then boom, Thing's right there, and they start fighting because that would be dope. I know as an Iron Man fan, seeing the Demon in the Bottle in Iron Man 2 was dope. I know a lot of guys who are Batman fans who loved when they watched Bane break his back. That's iconic. You know what I mean? Like
I like that too. Yeah,
in comics transformed onto the big screen. That's huge. It's things that we read about. It's things that we see. So yeah, definitely. I think a Thing versus Hulk would be unreal.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I can't wait to see that. And that iconic cover of him versus the Hulk, just awesome, just really cool.
They should have the Thing whoop Professor Hulk's ass for starters, and then that's what gets him. Yeah, you just destroy him, and then that's what pisses him off. That would be sweet because I want to see Professor Hulk's ass.
See, like I want that to be a scene just like Avengers: Age of Ultron, where he was him versus Iron Man. That was really cool. That was my favorite scene out of the whole movie.
Okay, hold on. Carlito first says, "I'm telling you, Red Hulk is coming," and then in the same breath he goes, "Immortal Hulk coming too."
Red Hulk was on my list.
Okay, what about Yellow?
Yellow, I don't know if he's coming, but Red maybe.
I still can't believe they did that, man. I'm just waiting for them to do like blue or orange or something like that, but who knows. Okay, so my next book is not a character I'm from. Not that I'm not familiar with it. It's just not a character that I really collect. You do see this book out a lot, so please pay attention what I'm about to say because there are two different issues of this. But it's Spawned #1. The one that you really want to have is the one with the barcode. Okay, that is the moneymaker.
Yeah. I
mean, I was young enough to see that first movie come, and they haven't done anything since. I know Todd McFarlane is Canadian. That's not why this guy's on the list at all. But it's just a cool-ass character. I think we'll see him eventually, sooner than most people think. So it is probably a good idea to pick this book up before it blows up, even if you get the Spawn one without the barcode. Without the barcode, I think low end, you can pick it up for what, like $40, Keys?
Yeah.
Without the barcode, Spawn #1, I got mine for like 20.
Yeah,
that's American.
That's American.
Yeah,
American.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah. So basically, it's like times 1.5, Joe, when you do it. So 20 would be like 36, 38. Yeah, so probably the same, right? So so you could low end get it for $40. High end graded 9.6. I think you're looking at like $250, somewhere around there. But I mean, if you can find a solid copy raw, I mean, I think it's just smarter to get high graded raw copies, especially if you know how to grade and you know what you're doing, and then send it off to CGC. I think it's just so much better. But I'd really recommend people grabbing the Spawn one. You find it in barcode, man, pick it up because that's going to be a moneymaker. But if you just come across that #1, it's not a bad book to have. I know a lot of people have it in their collection. It's not a low print run book at all. I think there's a lot, but getting it in that 9.6, 9.8, you know, that's the goal for that book.
Definitely.
Nice. Hey, in Basketball, I have the Eternals. I have 1 through 16. He said he wanted to start collecting the Eternals.
Oh, I got 1. I want to get what's the other one I need to get? I need to get 3 and 11.
I recently got 3 because that's the first appearance of Cersei, and she's supposed to be played by, I think, like Angelina Jolie or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big deal in the MCU.
Yeah, definitely. Lasso, what's going on? Yeah, man. Of course I do.
What's going on, Lasso? What's going on, man?
Black, white, or Malibu Sun. Yeah, that Malibu Sun. Here's the thing with that book, and it's kind of like I'm probably gonna get like put on a cross here when I say this. That book, I personally think the Malibu Sun one is the first appearance because you just run into those people who say that it's like a preview book, but I mean the guy's on the cover, it is a comic, whatever. The black Spider-Man suit is not Secret Wars 8. It's not Marvel Team Up 141. It's not, what's the other one people say? It's not ASM 252. It's Comic Journal 85, I think it is. There's like two of those books, and it actually has a picture of it, and they talk about it. So I think that's the problem that Malibu Sun one gets into. So a lot of people just go for that Spawn one. If you have that Malibu Sun, though, man, put that in a safe somewhere. Don't sell it. Keep that, especially if you can pair both of them up. That might be worth something 5-6 years down the road for sure. So it's my turn again?
Nah, it's me.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So,
yeah.
You mentioned Spawn 1. I actually have a bunch of Spawn keys. Not to plug myself, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be a video coming out most likely next week if I got time to film it, because I am pumped for the rumors of this horror Spawn movie coming out. They could do it from so many POVs, from so many different characters, and I got the keys for it. So that's coming soon. So I got to go with Amazing Spider-Man 210. It is very affordable. It's the first appearance of Madam Web. Now, there's some rumors.
Is that modern, though?
You asked me about that book over the weekend.
Is that modern, though?
It's cheap. It's modern-ish. It's worth it. Wait, when that come out?
Modern.
I think it came out in like the 80s.
Nah, like late 80s?
Oh, it's
wait, hold on. I have it.
It's like 209, 210, 210, bro.
I think modern starts in 86, 88.
Like 85.
I don't think so.
Look,
okay, anyway, talk about it.
You know what? I could change that answer, bro. That's no big deal.
No, go ahead.
That's no big deal. So there's rumors and rumblings that one of the directors from Venom is taking over and possibly starting a Madam Web movie. I'm not really getting on my hype up about that. Possibly Into the Spider-Verse, they destroy the Collider. So you're going to need something to bring the Spider-Mans together, Spider Totems, whatever you want to call them. And Madam Web could be your answer. Could be your answer. So I feel like it's cheap enough to just pick up, sit on. She may make appearances in video. I doubt the video game, but you never know. But Into the Spider-Verse 2 and rumors of her own movie, man. It's worth an investment.
I know I heard those rumors. We've talked about this a few times. I just don't know how they do a movie with her. It's like totally as her as a character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, she is one of those entities that really messes up with messes Spider-Man up, especially in that 90s cartoon.
Right.
That usually she came in right at the same time where like Mary Jane died, where Hydro Man came in, things like that, all that stuff. And then they found out like Mary Jane was a clone. All that stuff happened around there. So I don't know if they're just going to touch, on something like that when they talk about that storyline. But yeah, it is going to be weird. Not weird, but it's going to be interesting to see how they create that character. And if she's going solo, like if it's just a Madam Web thing, like how that's going to go about.
Right. But I feel like the What If series, they're introducing the Watchers, possibly the Beyonder. Oh, Copper is 1990. Okay. Oh,
You're
here
wrong.
we go.
Okay,
Here we go.
People definitely go get that book.
Damn.
Definitely go get that book. As you can see, Kia, yeah, that's it right there. Oh, and it's barcode too.
Yo, send me that.
Yeah, it's 50
Send me
cents.
that.
Yeah,
Yo, link 'em, mans.
that's a good book, especially Barcode. That's another book, right? I mean, you can get it in Spidey logo for sure, but you would probably want to pick up that Barcode comic for sure. The first appearance of Crossbone is modern. I believe so. Yeah. That show is dope too. All right, Joe.
Oh, amazing show.
What's on the list, brother?
All right, so this one might be kind of like a weird one, but this is just my opinion. The next one is probably going to be Static One. It's actually a recent book I just picked up, and the reason I say that is because I kind of get the feeling in the near future or future they're probably going to try to do the same thing that Marvel is doing with Miles Morales with Static #1. So they might try to do that with, like, DC might try to make like their own Miles Morales and put it into their universe, maybe make a movie or like a video game like they're doing, like Marvel's doing. So it's kind of like a weird pick, but I think that's just a pretty decent, like, long-term spec book. They're going to probably try to make their Miles Morales in their DC universe. So
Pickle, I could not agree anymore, man. That is a damn good spec. I got to pick myself up a coffee because I totally feel you there, bro.
Yeah,
Totally.
there's three different variants of first appearance of Static, and I think I have two of them now.
What's the first book? What is the appearance?
First appearance of Static.
But what's the book?
Static One.
Static #1. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion because Miles Morales is so hot right now. I feel like DC is going to try and make their own Miles Morales, and Static is probably going to be it. So
100%. I agree. I got to agree, man. That's a good look.
That is a good look. Yeah, definitely.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
I mean, that's hard to come back from. So I'm going to be talking about a character, one of my favorite characters. Affordable. That's kind of hard to say. I mean, everyone has a different definition. A different definition of it. I like to think affordable is probably like 150.
Damn.
For most collectors, yeah.
For most, yeah. Because
simmer down. Down.
No, I'm not like that's not like showing. I'm just saying like that. Usually, like the $150, $200 range. That's where you're getting a really nice book slabbed. One of the ones you really want. So I know you can find this book raw for about that, maybe a little less. But this is Venom 7, the cameo of Dylan Brock. If we're talking about modern, that's definitely a book I would recommend grabbing. I know it's hot right now, so obviously that's why that price point is there.
It's 150 because
I believe so.
Canada. Freaking Canada.
Yeah. Why? What does it say for you?
No, I'm saying because isn't Venom 9 the first actual appearance of Dylan Brock?
Yeah.
It's like $50.
7 is the cameo. 9 is the one you want. Like 9 is the first full. I'm more of a first full appearance than cameos, but if I do grab the first full appearance, I'll grab the cameo. I'm not a big believer in that first appearance, second appearance stuff. I'm more a first appearance and cameo. But I'll never pick up a cameo before the first full appearance. That makes sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely a good book, hot book. The character, there are some rumblings that he could be Codex and things like that. So in the future, Venom runs, I mean, you know, he might be a character that is worth some coin, especially if you're looking to flip it. But if you're a Venom fan like me and you like the character, that's also a book that's really good to keep.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a huge book. I remember passing that book up.
Yo, Run the Comics made it.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
Man, I remember when that book was like $20, and I was like, no, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. All right, Keys. Next book,
all right, so
young characters that have legs on them. Well, yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we already mentioned that Ultimate Fallout 4. It's definitely not on anyone's list. I made this purchase right before it got hot. There's still time for you guys to pick it up. It's the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man Volume 2, or All New Spider-Man. Issue #1. It's the second appearance of Miles Morales, but for me, it's the first appearance of Aaron Davis Prowler. He's already in the MCU. He's going to be huge in the video game. And I mean, he kind of died in the first Into Spider-Verse, but minor details. But if you can find it cheap, pick it up. It's only going up. I've steady watched this book just keep rising and rising. So yeah, it's definitely where there's a poly bag and there's an on bag, but that's it.
And guys, be careful with poly bags because especially new collectors or people who aren't used to buying comics in poly bags, because obviously not all of them come in poly bags, but just because a book is in a poly bag does not mean it's 9.8, does not mean it's in perfect condition, okay? If you can, open it up. I know some people won't let you. I do know some people that do, things like that, but you definitely have to make sure, because if someone's trying to sell you a book and it's in a poly bag, like for instance, that one or Ghost Rider 28, Volume 2, I mean, just because it's in a bag does not mean it's good. So even in the areas that you can see the book through the bag, make sure you take a look, okay? Because it's not. I've seen that happen way too much to new collectors where they're like, "Oh, it's on poly bag, so it's 9.8." It's like, no, not necessarily. So definitely check out. That's a good tip for new collectors or just people who are shopping for poly bags. You know. All right, Joe.
All right, so I'm kind of running low on my list, so I'm just going to say this one. Well, I'm not running low, but for like affordable comics at least. So I'm going to say this. It is still, in my opinion, affordable, and I'll tell you why. You can get it for about $150, around that range. It is Venom 3, but it's the first and fourth print. All right, because Venom 3, the third print, is way out of a lot of people's range now. Yeah. And let me tell you why. Because you can get it for about $100, $150 to $200 for high grade, but with what Donny Cates is doing with the series, I think this book still has a lot of room to grow. So I would pick this up now, which in my opinion is still affordable, but maybe a month, 2-3 months down the line, it won't be affordable anymore. It'll be way up there. So I would say pick this up now while you can.
This is a book that's heavily debated. If you have a copy, if you got it early on, like if you should keep it or if you should sell it. This is a conversation that happens all the time because you get those Silver Age guys that are like, man, if you can make $600-700 off that book, why not? Like invest in silver. You know, that's what they all tell you.
Yeah.
The other argument and the other side of that coin is there's rumors and rumblings that Null will be basically like a Thanos type.
And I hope he is. Null is super badass.
Yeah, so it could be something that we see in like the more modern stuff, the more modern movies, the more modern characters that we see. I mean, so it just depends, right? Like if I had 2 or 3 copies, absolutely, I would probably sell one and keep one. You know?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't lucky enough to have them. Actually, I did buy 2 copies when they first came out, and I didn't think that they were going to be anything like many moons ago. And I remember selling them, I think, for like $60 to $80, something like that. But I would recommend if you have multiple copies, keep one. It's always a good idea.
Yeah, keep at least one.
I mean, it's not bad to sell one for like $600. I think they're selling for $600-700 Canadian. You know?
That's the third print though, right? I'm talking about the first print and fourth print. Those are the most affordable.
Yeah.
That's why I said those. It's still the first appearance, but it's obviously not the first appearance of him on the cover, which I think it's still a really affordable book. And that's why I'm saying it now. Pick it up now so it doesn't grow in October when I told you this today to pick it up now because it's probably going to be like $200-300 in October. So we'll see.
What's going on, Evan? Thanks for joining me, brother. Or us, not me. Okay, so I know this might come off as like a lie. I don't know. I feel like I lied to you guys at the beginning of the show. I said, you know what? There is no Ultimate Fallout 4 on my list.
Man, you always change your shit.
There isn't, okay? However, I never said anything about Ultimate Fallout 4 second or third print.
Yeah.
This is definitely a book. You cannot afford Ultimate Fallout 4 first print, which is the one you really want. However, that is also a huge printed book too. But the second and third print you can get for Canadian. You can get them for like $50 here. We have a shop here. He's got about 5 or 6 copies. He's got the second print and the third print. So I'm talking.
I see the second print on eBay go for over $100 now. I don't see it like anything under that anymore.
Yeah,
he's like at least 3-4 copies. No, Joe.
Yeah, we've
I
gone
haven't picked
like,
up one
every
yet.
other- every week we go that like they're still there. He can't sell them because
No.
the thing with those books, even though they do sell for $100, and some people are picking them up, they're so heavily printed. Like there's so many copies of that book that you're
Saturated.
not gonna. Yeah, it's saturated. You're not gonna have like that's the thing, right? Like people jumped on it because they're like, oh, I can't afford Amazing Fantasy 15, so this is for the future. But the thing is, like now, like it's hard to find a Amazing Fantasy 15. Why? Because there's not that many, right?
Yeah.
Where like 10, 15 years from now, even if Miles Morales is a thing and he sticks around, there's going to be so many on the market that is probably just going to stay afloat with like inflation and all that stuff. So that's something that you have to like take into consideration, right? So I think that that's why people don't buy the second and third print as much. Even the first print, I mean, that's the true one, but yeah, like FaceTime saying here, yeah, the second is 100 plus.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I actually have a first
maybe I'll
print
start selling it. Maybe I'll go buy it and start selling it to you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I would love to do that. It's probably
yeah.
cheaper than getting it on eBay.
Which one are you talking? Are you talking about the white? The white one's the second, right?
The second print where he actually shows his face. I
Yeah.
have the first and the third. I do not have the second. I would love to have the second.
All right, yeah, we'll talk, man. We'll talk.
All right, yeah.
We'll definitely talk. All right, Keys, next book, brother.
All right. So this is definitely modern age. So we don't have to fight about this one. 2004 it dropped.
Okay.
So I want to go with. All right. Now I understand that earlier. The whole affordable thing. You can find a raw copy for like around $100 here, possibly a little less. I got to go with Venom vs. Carnage #1.
Oh, that's the
First appearance of Patrick Mulligan,
yeah.
who later becomes Toxin. If you want, pick up #2 as well if you can find it. That's the first full Toxin.
I was thinking of picking that up too, yeah.
Yeah, definitely pick both of those up for sure.
Right? May make an appearance in the next movie.
There was rumors, and I guess you could say that about anything when you talk about a comic or a movie or a character, but there were rumors that there was leaked footage of a scene in that the Venom and Carnage movie where there was a police officer and they kind of zoomed in on like the name tag and it said Mulligan. So people are just assuming that Toxin might make an appearance or something like that. Here's why I say pair both of them up, because usually when especially if you're looking to flip it as an investor, you probably want the one that says what the character, like who the character becomes, right? So for example, that's why 360 and 361 are more expensive than 364 when it comes to Carnage, right? Like, yes, Cletus Cassidy's there, but what is he? Oh, he's Carnage. So that's why those books are more expensive. Hulk 234, the first Quasar. Why is that more expensive than Captain America 217? Because that's where he first comes in. Well, it's because he is Quasar, and that's what we know him to be. So usually the money books are usually where the character comes to be, right? So you have to keep that in mind. The first one, not a bad book to have, yes, because you have, the first appearance of Patrick Mulligan. Yeah. But it's not a bad thing to pair both of them up. Absolutely. Yeah, and they're affordable. They're super affordable. I think like a 9.6 was like $70 or something like that.
Not recently, man. That shot up to not recently.
Shit, I should have picked mine
up. Damn. Yeah, you should have picked that one up, bro. Like I'm seeing a 9.8 for 335 right now. I'm seeing, yeah.
See, so here's Dollar Bin. Yeah, it says the same thing with the print runs and things like that. And I think that's why, like, if you can't afford the first print, that's why I was saying, like, grab the second print or even third print if you want to just keep it in your personal collection. But yeah, the print runs on those books are so high. So I just don't know how they're going to do. Symbiosis, to my knowledge, never had a personality until Toxin was introduced. Yeah. It's going to be crazy. All right, Joe, what's your next book, brother?
All right. So in my opinion, I don't really know why these are so hot right now, but this book is starting to get up there. It's Invincible Iron Man #7 and 9, The Road to Civil War 2.
Bro, what do you mean you don't know why?
I don't know. I'm in my opinion, I don't like her that much. It's the first appearance of Riri Williams. And
you're talking to the Iron Man guys. So yeah, I already know.
I know.
Wait, who's Iron Man?
All right, so that's it for key issues.
I'm just not a big Iron Man fan. So, no offense, but I don't really know why they're so hot right now. Is she rumored to be in like a TV show, or is she rumored to be the next Iron Man in the MCU? Like, why is it so?
Before we answer that, I'm just going to answer to Austin. So Austin, we're talking about we're coming down. I think we're on like our 7th pick ish, but it wasn't really like a countdown. But we're talking about modern, affordable comic books to grab, or just modern books to just be on the lookout for in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely interesting. Yeah. Here's the thing with that book, and I think this is the kind of what's driving up a lot of these books, is what's going on in society right now with the social justice and things like that, like Black Lives Matter and things like that. She's a African-American character. So right off the bat, it's hot for that reason.
That's true.
So that could be it. It's a first appearance. And like a lot of people are saying, right, it's the kids' turn. It's the new generation that's coming. We know that Iron Man is not going to come back in the MCU. And if he does, it's just going to be holograms. It's going to be an AI. It's not
how much I heard.
It's going to be a character. So in order to have that character go on and things like that, that's why that possibility of that character comes. I'll tell you right now, I passed up both of those books as a combo, I think for like 120 Canadian. So yeah, it sucks. I need to get those back in my collection. Yeah, definitely. There are like 3 prints or 4 prints to that 7, so just be careful. Grab the first print. If you can find the 3rd print cheap, probably grab it, just because there are arguments made of like what is her first cover appearance, and on that 3rd print she does show up. So something to be on the lookout for. So
yeah, like Doc J said, I know she is kind of like what I said about Static. She could be the next Miles Morales. But
yeah, right here. Doc J's got it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yep, definitely, man. What's going on,
I
brother?
guess that's true. If you look at it that way, I guess that's true. Yeah.
So you just like things like that. I'm big on this character, not only because I'm an Iron Man fan, but just because that's who I think it's going to happen. Like eventually it's going to have to happen. And I think you guys have heard me talk about, if you guys remember Black Panther 1, at the end of the movie, the end credit. What happens at the end credit? Does anybody know?
I haven't seen that since it came out. I don't really remember.
Yeah, the school, the institute.
The end credit is T'Challa and Shuri are there talking, and one of the balls, the kids are playing a sport, I think basketball or something, and the ball goes to to Shuri, and then Shuri hits it back, and I think the person asks like what they're doing there, and then T'Challa asks Shuri like, what do you think we're gonna do? And then T'Challa goes, this is gonna be an institute for women, like a science institute for women. So that right there just kind of clicked in my mind, like, okay, that's where Riri Williams in the comics is found, in that institute, right? They just signed Don Cheadle or Don, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
Cheetos. Cheetor.
They signed him to 3-year contract extension. So he was on a year. So that's 4 years from now. Probably a wash with this year. So realistically, he's going to be around for like 4 to 5 years. But he's the one that's in the school and is like the like mentor to her, things like that. So that's something that I kind of just, connected the dots with and thought, okay, this could be something. Plus, it's like you said, man, it is heating up, but you can still find cheap copies. And it's not a book that if it doesn't hit, it's going to hold value and you're going to see it. Like you're going to see that they're not going that direction. So you'll be able to sell it at a good price point. But if it hits, then you're laughing. Boom.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. But why wasn't it hot back then? I guess nobody caught it, but it's heating up now.
But you could say that about a lot of books, man. Like you could say that about what's a book?
You could say that about a lot of books, but I guess nobody caught that. I didn't catch that. So
Imaginary Dots. Come on, man. Give me that one. His name is. Yeah. All right, Keys. What's your next book, brother?
Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, issue 30. Okay. First appearance of Ezekiel, which is like an older Parker, I'm pretty sure, and Moreland. He is a villain that the spider totems, that hunts down spider totems. Let's be real, some of the storylines is pretty sick. He's the antagonist and the reason why we're seeing so many variations of Spider-Man pop out. I think he could blow up, man. Like, yeah, they can make an animated movie. They can make a what if. There's a lot of opportunity here. So that's why that's my pick. It's cheap. It's affordable, man. I think I picked one up for like $20. Might as well. So $20 is like what? $7 America? Like, shoot. But
like that, yeah.
You know, like, so you might as well pick one up cheap, sit on it. Yeah, man. I can totally see them using it. Yeah, like a antagonist for Into the Spider-Verse 2. Okay, now we have a bigger threat that's hunting down each individual totem. Could be used, man.
No, definitely. That's definitely a good book to be on the lookout for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, you picked it up cheap. They are in the wild. I know a lot of people are picking it up. So I mean, if you can find it more locally, you'll probably be more successful than if you're buying it online. Because let's face it, if you buy it online, you're already paying more than you should. So and you know, like before this, like I was going into the US and things like that. I live pretty close to the US, but I guess there was like a rumor today saying that they're not going to open. Experts said that they might not open the borders up until next summer. So that could that could have a huge impact on shipping and, you know, society in general, but more so because we're talking comics, definitely on shipping and things like that, and purchasing books internationally. Like for us, we have the benefit of the doubt. We're 20 minutes away from Buffalo. You know, we're not that far from New York, things like that. So, you know, it does suck because we can buy those books really cheap there than opposed to here, right? So,
yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right.
Fake account.
Yeah. What's your next book, brother?
All right, so my next one is going on that Spider-Verse thing. Is Spider-Man #4. I know you with First Silk. I know you can get this for cheap. I know you can get it
where?
Not here, man.
I've seen some on eBay go for like under 100, so it's
I have yet to see that.
At least in America.
Man, I've been looking for that book for like 2 years.
I know you can get it for at least. You have to be lucky, but I know you can.
Yeah,
it's Pickle Joe. Send me the connects. Low-key, send it up to your boy. All right.
I don't have this either. I don't have this book either, but I've been looking
that's creeping up on like $60-$70 here now.
That's on my to get list, and we're suffering over here, bro.
Yeah, I have yet to find it, but I will pick it up before the next Spider-Verse movie comes out because I have a feeling she will show up.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that one.
Another good spec book that I think is another, like everything Spider-Verse is blowing up right now. So you're going to want to pick this book up before the next movie.
Yeah. Yes.
100%. All right. My next book. So this will be number 8. We're probably going to get to 10 each. So just keep that in mind in the chat. So my next book is very affordable. You can find this book all over. I think people are just too hung up on another book. I think they're hung up on X-Men Annual 4, which is the first Omega Red. I would probably steer clear of that book. I mean, if you have it and you want it, hey, all to you. I'm not going to collect that book. I just don't think that villains don't necessarily usually keep their value necessarily, right? During, yes, but afterwards, not so much. But
you think Thanos is going to lose his value?
Yeah, like Thanos has lost his, things like that. Like villains don't necessarily keep their value after they're kind of done or whatever. And that's why I'm kind of sticking away from that Omega Red one because I think he's a one and done. I've said that multiple times. But hey, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it, right? For that reason, I'm saying pick up X-Men 221, which is the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. That is a huge book you can get. Be careful. There is a newsstand edition. There is that Spidey logo. Either or, it's like you can't go wrong with it. I have like 4 copies, I think 5, and I'm actually giving one away. Actually, I have one right here. I'm actually giving one away as with my 2 books, my giveaway. I think I'm going to do it either later tonight or tomorrow before I go live again. So we'll figure that out. But yeah, this book, guys, definitely a book you guys should be on the lookout for. I think I've seen them cheap for $5. I've seen them for $10. I've seen them for 20. If you can find a good one and get it graded, I mean, they go, I think 9.6. They're at like 150, somewhere around there. I've seen some in 200, but all that has to happen. If you buy that book, there you go. Yeah, that's the barcode one. The new
really clean.
Yeah, super clean. I honestly love the book, Joe, because it's like white, blue, yellow. It really pops.
Yeah, it's a really nice book and high grade. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. But if you bought this book for say like $100, graded, the second this guy shows up on the big screen, like at least an additional $60 to $80, because people who don't have it, who overlooked for it, are going to want that book, and they're just going to get desperate and pay for it. So
I hope they do him justice. I hope they make him look like the animated series. The animated series, Mr. Sinister, was absolutely amazing. And
and the other reason too is I feel like he is the villain that they could do like Thanos, where he could be crossed over to different X-Men movies.
Yes, like you said, Omega Red. I think that's a one and done. I think if they do a movie, that's just a one and done, and then that's it. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, Keys.
All right, so we're taking what, 2 more books each? So let's.
Yeah, this will be your number 8.
All right, sweet. All right. So, if you believe in the Disney Plus series, if you believe in this, especially this Falcon show, you have to go with Captain America Volume 7, issue number 25. Once again, Captain America Volume 7, issue number 25, and that is the first appearance of Falcon as Captain America.
Yeah,
it's pretty affordable if you bank on the series. I'm not saying it's going to be a huge success. I'm not guaranteeing anything for any of you out there, but it's definitely worth a check. If you can pick it up for cheap, might as well do it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those affordable books. It's cheap enough that if you're gonna bank on, say, like on New Comic Book Day, a book you've never heard of, and just waste $5 there, why not take a chance on a book that might be something? Especially when he shows up in that costume. Who knows? It could have like a week or 2, 3-week, month thing where it could be hot and you can double your money. So it's not a bad idea at all, Keys. Yeah, I think you have that book. Do you not?
I do, and I recommend pairing it up with his first solo series. It's called the All New Captain America issue 1.
Cartoon,
pair that shit up.
Yeah. I've seen it. Yeah.
I don't have that, but I'll be looking for it now. Thank you.
I think there was like one where when we were looking, it was on eBay and it was like $8, and we were like, you know what? We'll just wait off. Literally sold.
I would have picked that up.
Yeah,
because he's not only Captain America TV shows, he's Captain America the movies now. So
yeah, definitely. Oh, man, I should have.
Oh man, I have a feeling my spider senses are tingling. It's somewhere in these. I'm not too sure.
Were you the one that bought it?
Spoilers. I brought that shit.
Bro, that's cool, man. I showed you that book. Oh, that's cold. All right.
Bro, it's teamwork.
Whatever, man. All right, Joe, your book.
All right, so I guarantee. Okay, I don't guarantee, but I know a lot of you guys have heard of this book. It's Inhumans number 5. First appearance of Yelena Belovia, I think that's her name. She is confirmed to take over for Scarlett Johansson in the MCU. And I recommend you pick. Well, it's not her first full appearance. It's pretty much just her first appearance. Then her first full appearance is in, I think, Black Widow number 1, like 1999 or whatever.
Pale White Spider by Max Comics, I think it is. That's her solo.
So yeah, that's her solo series. Yeah,
I have that book. I picked it up.
Yes.
$10.
Yeah. Yes, you do, bro.
10?
That was a steal.
Picked it up for
5. It was cheap, bro. That's all I remember.
$1 or $5, somewhere around there.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cheap.
And you know what? You know what's good is Keep It Thorough actually talked about it like I think a week later after I picked it up. I was like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Oh, yo, thanks for giving me the heads up on that one, bro. Oh, yeah.
So
and depending on how good that movie is, that book's gonna blow up, and how much people love her, that book's gonna blow up.
I think that's why they have Yolanda. I think because they're gonna pass the torch. So it's one of those things that like, hey, we know that the character is popular and things like that, but it's time to move on. Just because of the fact that they're trying to get rid of that original, not get rid of in a bad way. It's just like all those characters have said, like, you know, there's only so much we can do with the character. And when those characters are on those contracts too, like it's hard for them to do other films and other projects. So you kind of feel for them. You kind of understand why. So yeah, I think it was the right time. But yeah, moving forward, definitely seeing Yolanda. I would pick up that Mad Max one that I'm talking about over Inhumans, because I think Inhumans 5 is just overprinted. And right now, leading up to the movie, it's just going to be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they got a pretty good actress too. She's a decent actress, and I think she's perfect to take over the role.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think so. All right, this is book number 9 for me. This is probably the most expensive book on this list, but it's a character I'm really Titus. What's going on, brother? I was worried about you. You weren't here at the beginning, but thanks for joining.
Hey, Titus.
Hey, Titus. This book, I'm really heavily invested in this character. Anytime I pass the cameo, I'm picking it up. Is that Thunder Keys?
That's Thunder, bro. I was like, holy.
So I guess we have this huge storm coming because, like,
I didn't even hear it.
Here.
We live in opposite ends of the city, and it just went off. Okay.
Yeah.
So this book, I'm really heavily invested in this character. When I see the cameo of this book anywhere, I'm picking it up. Keys has been with me when I've picked up like 3 of them. I just always pick it up. There's newsstand editions. There's Spidey logo, but this is the first appearance of, well, the one I pick up is X-Men Annual 14, but the one that I would probably recommend grabbing is Uncanny X-Men 266. You can probably get this book raw for about 150. So, I usually tend to leave the books under 200. If you want to get it graded, I mean, I know they're selling, I think a 9.6 sells for like 300, 350, somewhere around that ballpark. But this is a character moving forward into the X-Men you're going to see. And when he hits, it's going to be massive. Very much like upside to that book. I'm expecting that book to be almost like a $500 book when it's all said and done, especially in the 90s.
I can't wait for Gambit.
Yeah, and he's popular, right? He's one of those characters like, I'm in my 30s. There's a lot of people in their 30s, late 20s that watch that show, that early 90s TV show, and they love that character. They love Rogue, they love Gambit, and they love Wolverine, right? Wolverine's done. They might bring him back, but you definitely know you're going to see Gambit, and you're going to see Rogue. So definitely a book I would recommend grabbing for sure. Anything Gambit, pick it up.
Yeah. He was always that suave character that I love, man. Yeah. He has so much swag. He was like low key, but I loved him. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay on track with the whole Uncanny X-Men thing. What? Right here. My pick has to be Uncanny X-Men 282, first appearance of Bishop. If you can, cop that 283. As just to pair them together. This is a character that, we saw in Days of Future Past, but I think could resurface and they could build around. So yeah, it's cheap enough so you don't have to worry about it. And the cover's awesome. So yeah.
He's on it. He's on that one and 283, which is important. I have this thing where I don't see the character. I'm kind of bummed out.
Right? Boom. 283 cover right there, boys.
So it's kind of dope. Austin, I just saw your question. No, a lot of people buy raw, not necessarily graded. Most of our shops will charge us a fee of $45 per book to ship to CGC. However, because we're so close to the US, when the borders were up and running, obviously, and we could cross, there's like shops there that will send the book, probably the equivalent of what it would cost you guys to send the book, right? So that's kind of one of the downfalls of what's going on in society right now with the border being closed, is that we're paying a little extra for CGC. So sometimes you will see Canadians, I guess, or just majority of people buy the book already slabbed, just because they don't want to wait 6 to 8 weeks and they don't want to kind of leave it in transit. So, but definitely people buy raw. I know a lot of people that just buy raw books. It's not necessarily just because we're in Canada. Raw dog.
Raw. We need like a banner or something. Anytime someone says raw, just like boom, pop up raw.
And Austin, yeah, definitely pick it up. Like Keith said, both of those books are very affordable and they sell. And I think I heard Nico talk about this last week. He did a video with Mel V, and they were talking about, just the whole thing of what's going on in society right now with social injustice. Black Lives Matter. That's also a character that jump on it, things like that. I'm not saying that that's why, but I'm just saying like a lot of these African American characters are getting a jump because now everybody's behind we're all one, unified, equality and things like that. So it's not out of the realm to see these characters have more of a presence and things like that. So I know I got like 3 copies. Keys has got.
I got minimally 2. Minimally.
So yeah, definitely pick them up. All right, Joe, your 8th book.
All right, so it's gonna. I don't know too much about this character, but my next book is Superman, Batman number 22 and 23. Now these are starting to get up there, and if you guys have been paying attention to the comic book like economy, it's the first appearance of Batman Beyond. Apparently.
No, just be careful what you're saying.
Here we go.
I know. I don't want to throw anyone off. I don't want to throw anyone off, but apparently it's maybe Tim Drake in there, but it might not be. So there's some controversy with these, but they're going up. I'm saying because it's affordable, it's a modern key. Might as well get it now because you never know.
I just want to let everyone in the chat know that the opinions of Key Issues and Is Pickle Joe are not the opinions of me. That is full disclaimer. No, yeah, definitely. With what's going on with that book, and you see it again with like the first appearance of Virus, you see it with Gambit, you see it with Wolverine, you saw people kind of talk about it and things like that. I try to stay away from that. Some of those books is just what the market dictates, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know. I'm staying away from all that stuff. I'm not really a big.
I don't have it either.
Fan to begin with, and Batman Beyond to me, I'm just like, I'd rather just spend my money on like Riri Williams or something that I'm kind of just already trying.
I think it's overhyped. I think it's way too inflated. Absolutely. It's way too expensive.
And that's another reason why I mentioned Batman 655 and 666 because with all this Batman Beyond stuff, it might tarnish that moving forward. So they might just say, you know what, let's just do Damian. Like that. So that's why I'm saying pick those books up while you can because they're super cheap and affordable. So my 9th book.
Oh, listen to that hard cross off. Holy. Man's just angry out here.
My 9th book would probably be Amazing Spider-Man 360. This is the cameo appearance of Carnage. There's a reason why I mentioned this one over 344. And if you weren't here, definitely. And yeah, Dr. J, you spot on. Buy what you like. Always. But I would recommend grabbing 360 over 344 because he is technically Carnage in that one. If you have 361, obviously you should probably pair those up. But yeah, it's just it's a first appearance / cameo. It's Spider-Man. The character's hot. The book is still cheap. So why not? Definitely.
The book is surprisingly cheap. I did not we're so close to the new movie and it's so cheap. Monday. Monday, my comic shop had one, a 9.0 that sold for $31 American. What? I would have picked that up.
Yeah. I fell asleep. I bought one at a collection that me and Keys went to go to, and I think I paid $5 or $8 for mine. But I think mine's like an 8.5, 9, somewhere around there.
Still a good pair. What the heck? That's still worth it.
Yeah, it's huge, man. It's definitely huge. Yeah, so definitely pick it up. I know I got 361 right there. If you guys check out
a 9.6, yeah, it's a 9.6.
Oh, the lag, bro.
I got mine that I got a CPC.
So this is an exclusive. Newbie Comics is actually giving that to your boy. Exclusive, everybody. If he doesn't in like 2 days, call him out.
What? I'm not giving you a plug. What the hell are you talking about?
I almost had you.
Yeah, so that's my 9th book, guys. So Keys, your next
Isn't
book.
that like so this is my 10th or my 9th?
This is your 9th.
Ah, shit. All right, so if you're a Spawn fan,
Oh,
now once again, coming out with video for those that just joined, I'm going to drop some Spawn keys on your guys' head tops. But if you're a Spawn fan, you cannot pass it up. Get Spawn issue number 9 in good condition. It's cheap. It's the first appearance of Angela. She is she exists in Marvel. You never know, they might use her. She's like one of Thor's sisters, thrown to spin that wheel. Oh God, she is.
It's from another show. It's from another show. What's going on, Deadpool?
Yeah, man. Spawn number 9, first appearance of Angela. She is pretty much waiting for the throne of Asgard, realistically. Might as well scoop it if you're a Spawn fan. You never know, that character might appear in a future Spawn movie. She might appear in some sort of Thor media. Who knows? A What If, for instance.
I have that in here, actually.
It's hella cheap. It's hella cheap, man.
Keys actually has a story about that because he purchased one. He purchased one for $27.
Canadian.
Canadian, $27 Canadian.
I was gonna say that's way too much for that book.
Before,
Right there.
right there. So he bought it
man.
for $27 Canadian before we went to that big collection. Now,
Because that's a good deal here. That's a good deal here.
so if you
Where
do the
we
math,
are.
it costs us $45 Canadian to ship to CGC. So if you do the math, 45 plus 27, that's 65, 67, $72. Okay. I don't know what the condition that Keon got his on.
Allegedly a 9.6. Allegedly. Let's all wreck me for this move.
Yeah.
Let's all wreck me. Come on.
It is a white cover, and you found it in the wild. Usually, I would press and clean, especially if I find it in the wild, especially if it's a white cover. That's just something that I usually do. We go to this collection, and Joe, I told you, this guy had 3 9.8s selling at 115, and then he had a couple 9.6s rated selling for $65. So
Yeah. Screw me, right?
you never know. You never know. You never know. That's the thing with comics. You never know.
Damn.
All right, so your 9th book, sir.
All right, so for my 9th book, it's gonna be Sentry number 1.
Ooh, man.
I think that's a very good long spec book, and I think that they might announce a movie, and once they do that, that book's gonna skyrocket. And I think Sentry is just a really badass character.
Keon, are you looking at this?
Yeah, I'm actually looking for the Age of Ultra number 10. I'm looking for that.
Also, Joe, not to cut you off, when we were talking about Marvel Comics Presents number 6, Dollar Bin's handle photo, that's what the comic looks like. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that before. Yeah.
So that's the book that I was talking to. Yeah, Sentry Man, I love that. He's basically like what Superman in Marvel.
Pretty much, yeah. I think he's more badass than Superman, and I know that's controversial, and a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying that.
Yes, Dr. J. Yes, man. That cover is the best one. The black one with the gold. That's the best one. I think the last time I saw it was like $250 Canadian, something like that.
I was looking at this the other day, and that's why it's on the list. I saw them sell for like anything from like $60 to like $150. So
okay, I'll tell you what. I'll send you one of those second print Miles Morales, and you send me that one because that's a hard book.
I don't have one, but I'm looking to get one. I've been looking for a while because I know Sentry's going to come out in the movies in the near future.
I think a lot of people go that route too because it's between two characters, right? It's between Sentry and American Chavez, right? But if you try to look at that book, that's like a $400 book. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, it's affordable, boys. Shit.
Not that kind of money, man. So my last book on my list is, and you guys haven't really talked about it, but it's Something is Killing the Children, number 1. This is
Killing.
This is a very affordable book. It's just a matter of time before they do a movie or a show. I think it speaks to what's popular in society, what's popular in general.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know one thing about that. Not one thing.
It's a cool story, and I think it speaks a lot to where we're going with society, where like you can have a female lead. The character is a blonde woman who basically kills. So I mean, she's in like a white tank top. So I mean, the possibilities for this character and someone, the thing is, and I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, but Hollywood will cast a beautiful woman to play this character, and that's how people are drawn into it, and that's how they see money. And when that happens, all the books are going to be worth something. I spent on this book. I passed this book up so many times at like $20, and now you can't probably find it. Like for us, it's different for the U.S. because I know a lot of people are like, oh well, I found it on eBay. Why can't you? Well, sometimes it depends if those American sellers are open to shipping to Canada or selling to Canada and vice versa. Most of the time, I can't see what you guys see unless the buyer is willing to ship and sell to Canada. But
does it say on eBay if it says like international shipping?
It'll show up automatically. It'll show up.
Okay, all right.
But that's a book that now is like $60, $80, and there's a few variants that go with it that are pretty pricey. Again, I passed them up at like $15, and now they're like, almost getting to that $100 mark. Lower end, you're looking at $60. So yeah. All right, Keys, the last book for you, sir.
All right, I'm already apologizing to the chat right now. So this book right here has been backed up by FaceTime, Panned Awesome, Adrian, it's Pickle Joe, Sauna, definitely bigs up this book. All the boys, them Burke, maybe even mentioned it, who knows, and Newbie Comics is part of this too. We got to go with X-Force 116, the first appearance of the new team, Ecstatics, but more importantly, #Dupe Army, the first appearance of Dupe boys and girls. Pick that shit up, because I'm not going to lie, it was mad cheap like a month ago, and it's slowly but surely itching up. Now, the series is actually it's very much like The Boys. It's taking, Dupe is a cameraman, whatever, but it's trying to take a spin.
He's like that Robin Williams movie, Flubber.
Oh, I hate you so much. So it actually exposes superheroes into a world of how they're famous and they have to uphold certain images. The series actually talks about that, but had to put it in there. #Dupe Army, X-Force 116, grab that shit. And I'm out.
Dear Lord.
This is a revolution. Oh, yeah. Oh, side note, once I hit 100 subscribers on my page and make it big time, I'm going to talk to, pretty much everyone in the MCU there, Marvel Studios, and I'm going to be like, yo, bro, make a Dupe show. Let him appear at least one time for me. So you guys are gonna be crying when that drops, and I get my name out there.
It's probably gonna be like one of those books I regret.
2021. We're in the works. My people are talking to their people right now.
God. Oh my gosh. All right, Joe, your final book, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna do what you kind of did, Newbie. You said Ultimate Fallout #4, but the second print, I'm going to say Spider-Verse #2, and I'm going to go second print and beyond. I think there's like 5 or 6 prints of that. And
the first appearance of Spider-Gwen, right?
Yeah, Spider-Gwen. I know the first print is not affordable to a lot of people, so I'm going to go with second, third print, and maybe even fourth print, because you're going to want to get that now, because I know the second and third are going up. They keep on going up.
There's like a Mexico one. There's a Mexico print that they call it. I think it's the same color.
Yeah, it is the same color, but it's not as expensive.
Yeah, so definitely be careful. And I only say this, guys, like, I know there's a lot of people who join this chat who are watching now, who are watching later, and they're like, oh, why does he say that? Like, we all know our stuff. I've seen people buy, and Keys knows this, I've seen people buy what they think is this book, okay? But they buy that facsimile.
Yeah.
Facsimile.
Yes, I've seen so many people do that.
Okay, so I just try to protect and keep people knowledgeable of that, because if you see certain books like that selling for less than $100 and they're slabbed or they're near mint, those books aren't like $60 to $80 books, so just be careful. But yeah, that's another book that's kind of the same, man. Yeah,
I've seen a New Mutants 9.8 facsimile, New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool, sell for like $200. It was in a CGC slab, and I guess they just were not paying attention, and they were just like, "Give me that. Here's $200."
Yeah, especially if you're new to the game and you want to come in, because there's new collectors coming in all the time, and it's all about. I don't know. What's
get that shit out of here.
Yeah. Chicago Cubs, man, get out of here. Man.
Well, this is the last time Joe will be on this show. But yeah, you kind of want to be careful. Do your research when you buy it. Definitely look out, because there are sometimes even I've made that mistake, man. I thought I bought Justice League Dark one time before like all the hype was going on, and I ended up buying Justice League Dark paperback or something like that.
I've done that once or twice too. Yeah, that really sucks. I hate that.
Definitely be on the lookout. You got to do your research and things like that. And especially with that book that Joe just mentioned, there's so many prints, and the one looks just like the print you want.
So
the facsimile they print it looks identical except the price. Literally, it looks identical, but you have to look at the price. Like, it was a New Mutants 98, and the only thing that was different is it said $3.99 instead of $1. That's literally it. That's why
I think right here they can't see the price.
Doc J.
Yeah.
But Doc, it's mostly just for like new guys that are coming in, right? Like I try to protect as many people as I can from buying it, because there are sketchy sellers, that are just trying to make a buck, and I've been there. I know a lot of people who have. So it's always nice to protect the people that are coming into our community and coming into the hobby. Here's a great point. Define raw. Ask to see the pages. If the interior pages are glossy and not
raw.
Yeah, definitely.
I think this is a good spec book too. First appearance of Mr. Negative.
Yeah,
he was really awesome in the freaking.
Let me see that book again, Joe. Sorry.
It's 546.
That's not on the comic.
No. There's the Spider-Man book that I'm looking for is the Negative suit.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. There's two Spider-Man books that I'm looking for, but I don't want to tell anybody about, man. Like
that's cool. Just tell me later.
Yeah, just tell me later. Yeah.
yeah.
Because until I get it, I'm not gonna be like, woo, So it's gonna be one of
the same man that's cheese that I bought all New Captain America. Now you're gonna drop this, bro. Like, come on. See, you do this on the daily, bro. Come on.
That's all it is, man. Yeah, of course. So guys, that's the end of our show. We do have. I'm gonna let these guys plug themselves in and things like that. If you're new to this, we usually do it every Tuesday. We kind of just have a crazy topic that we talk about, and we just kind of have fun with it. Usually we're joined by a great chat. Like today, we had like 25 to 30 people strong.
Yeah, you guys were awesome. Yeah.
Thank you
for joining. But tomorrow, me, Key Issues, and a special guest, a first-time guest on the show. We will be here live.
First appearance.
First appearance. I don't think it's an origin story or a cameo. It's going to be definitely a first appearance tomorrow at 7, and we got a list of our top grails. So kind of the same situation as this, but we're going to be talking about our personal grails. It's going to be fun, especially if the chat goes on it. Hopefully Gary is not doing a video at that time, because I know there's like 700 of you that go there. So definitely check us out.
Got my personal grail.
So tomorrow we'll be going live at 7. Tomorrow I have a round of golf at 1:30. When I get back, I will do my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I didn't add the new people that kind of got me after, so I only counted 1 to 1,000. So unfortunately for the other 62 people that had just recently subbed, like I'm sorry, we'll get you involved in something a little bit later. But right now, I just want to keep it fair. So 1 to 1,000, I'll be doing that giveaway for X-Men Annual 14 and X-Men 221. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. And like I said,
what time is that again?
7 p.m. tomorrow.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
I'll be there. I want those books.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a special guest. The guy's never, well, I gave it away. It's a guy, but the guy's never been on the show. Really good. Can Grail be Pearl? Oh yeah, we got about, I think, like 15 on our list, something like that. So
Yo, speak for yourself, bro.
that's it for me. If you haven't subbed, please sub. Check out the content. I usually drop my videos Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna let these guys plug themselves in right now. So go ahead, guys.
Pickle, you want that stream, bro?
Yeah, I'll go first, I guess. So you can check me out right here. I upload sometimes like 3 times a week, and I would appreciate everyone if they would go subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out my latest video. I unbox Yeah Man I Got Comics on Instagram, his mystery box, and I got some pretty decent comics. And if you check that out, I was pretty excited with my comics. If you check that out, you'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate everyone, all the support and everything. And you guys were awesome tonight, and I appreciate everyone coming out. So thank you guys so much. Oh, which way? This way. Yeah.
Oh, it is this way. It's your boy Keys, aka Mr. Key Issues, as we already know. Please come through the channel. I have seen this man live, and they are great talks, man. He's really chill, super personable. Love the personality, man. Trust me. View this guy's page. Come through.
You too, man. You got some freaking awesome videos.
Oh, man.
Your last video was freaking awesome. I loved it.
I appreciate it, man. I got more content on the way. I'm just kind of starting up. I'm way lower than these guys, but we got I got to wait for more packages to make a video. We got unboxings, future spec coming out, key issues for Spawn issues, and possible spec on the Spawn route. We got a bunch of ideas that's coming. So content will be most likely, hopefully, dropping every Monday. Don't hold me to that, but every Monday. Check out my Instagram page, Mr. Key Issues, for any updates. And, just if you guys want to, slide in the DMs. We'll talk comics. We'll talk something that's not comics, bro. I'm here for it. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you to the chat. Big up the guys coming through to check this page out, because this is awesome.
Yeah. And, guys, I like to have like really good people in the community on this show. I don't really like to just have anybody or randoms. Definitely check out Joe's page. I've checked him out a few times. I think we've talked because like the books he gives away, I'm like, holy fuck, man! Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I think I'm at like 230 right now, and I'm doing a giveaway at 250. So once I get there, I'm doing another giveaway.
And you know what? He's just one of those solid guys in the community, and that's what it's all about. So definitely sub him up. Keon, I mean, I'm super biased because even though he is taller, I am older, so I do say he is my little bro. But definitely pick him up. He's gone. He's only been doing this for like 2 months, already at almost 100. He drops content. He's well known in the community. One of the nice guys, and you can see the personality. So definitely check him out.
There's a lot.
These are 2 of the nicest guys, so definitely sub them up. Sub everyone in the chat. And like I said, tomorrow at 7, we will be going live. And I might, before my round of golf or after, do the giveaway. If not, we'll do it Thursday really quickly. But nevertheless, the books should be shipped by Saturday to the winner. I know when I did the 800 or 750 giveaway, the books were shipped like that day. They were ready to go. So definitely appreciate the support. And like I said, guys, make sure you guys sub one another, check each other's content out, and that's it. So that's it for us. Thanks for joining.
Take her easy, boys.